Hey there, Thick Thoughts. We have a very special announcement. We are now on Patreon. That's patreon.com/thickthoughts. If you don't know, Patreon is a platform in which if you want, you can pledge some sweet dollar bills to us every month and get lots of cool stuff in return. For instance, want a special episode every month? Or how about access to live streams? Or just to see what we're working on? For more info, head over to patreon.com/thickthoughts. But don't worry, if you can't pledge, we love you, and the podcast will remain free and amazing every single Thick Thought Thursday. Just by listening and sharing, you are the thickest of thoughts. Again, for more info, it's patreon.com/thickthoughts. And now, back to the episode.
Welcome back to the Thick Thoughts Podcast. I'm Sara.
I'm Ellie.
And I'm Marla.
Also known as
MamaDonutCare.
Well, welcome back, everyone. It's been a while for us, but only a week for you. So, So we're here with my beautiful and lovely mother, Marla, also known as MamaDonutCare. So Mom, Marla, do you want to tell us a little bit about, I think we were going to talk about like how it was for you as a mother and a support person for someone who is going through, a weight loss journey, i.e. your daughter, i.e. me. So you can either talk about that or you can, talk about your own life and like what weight, we can talk about both, but whichever you want to start with, Mom. Marla.
Okay. So, going through a big portion of everything Sarah's been going through as she's gone through her bariatric surgery and everything, it was quite eye-opening. Previously to Sara going through all this, probably about 5 years ago or so, 5-6 years ago, I had the paperwork and I had started initiating some things for me to actually proceed with surgery because I've always had a struggle with weight since I had my 5 kids. And then it just came to a standstill for me. Moved forward like 5 years, and then Sara needed me to go with her to the hospital and go to some appointments and everything. I cannot imagine having watched Sara go through surgery and being there 3 days, 2 nights, assisting her and having, God bless her staying with me for 2 nights and 3 days while I went through it, December 19th through the 21st. I cannot imagine not having someone there to support you and assist you while you're going through surgery. I can't fathom having to be there by yourself, trying to do all this by yourself. So I was so blessed and fortunate to be able to have that time to assist Sara while she was having surgery. And I've just been moving forward. This had to go 6 months, straight. If you miss a month, you had to start all over again. So that was not an option. That was not going to happen. I'm not going to rewind and start all over again. So it's kind of scary at first. And then you kind of get to a point where let's get this shit on the road and get this over and done with. You just want to get through it and get it over and done with. And so now I'm actually, the good news, I guess, tomorrow will be my 3-week post-op. And as of today, I am down 20.5 pounds.
Woohoo!
That's awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
So, you watched me you were there for me when I had surgery. Like, and it was about like almost a year and a month. And then you had surgery. What do you think my having surgery impacted your choice to eventually have surgery in any way?
I think it gave me more of you helped me, I guess, see a more positive outlook on and to overcome my fear of having surgery, because surgery for anybody is really scary. You're always worried about the what ifs and ifs, all the possibilities of things that could happen. But, you opened my eyes to the fact that the chances of, me having problems with surgery or after surgery or whatever, don't compare to all the health risks and problems of not having surgery. So I think you helped me overcome that fear that, it's like if I stay the way I am, chances are I'm going to have more problems not having surgery than having surgery.
Right.
Yeah. And obviously thank you for like coming to the hospital with me and then like, being there for me and whatever. Yeah, I think a lot of people, you talked about like some of your fears of going through this and like your fear, like other than just the fear of surgery, did you have any other fears going?
I was just scared shitless, basically, of it all. I'm just being honest and truthful. It's like, there's so many, I guess we all fear death, I think, that's pretty normal. And,
Not me.
Having never had surgery, the only time I was ever in the hospital was popping out kids.
You had a knee surgery.
Yeah, but that was outpatient. That I didn't stay over. That was just an outpatient surgery. But yeah, so just scared of the unknown and they try to prepare you really well. I guess I didn't prepare myself the way I should have. I wish I would have, I guess, maybe been more strict on some things pre-operative. What you went through up at Saranac Lake and what I went through, they're two totally different things. You had to have a pre-op diet. They didn't tell, I didn't have to have any pre-op diet. I wish I would have maybe prepared myself food-wise for what I was going to be doing after surgery.
Oh my God, that's so weird, Mom.
Yes.
So for the listeners at home,
when Mom, can I tell you guys something? I just noticed right now, you guys have the same laugh.
Oh my God, no.
but did it.
For the listeners at home, we were in the hospital. I was slaving away for my mother, walking her ass around and stuff. And I was like, do you have a protein shake at home? And they're like, no. These motherfuckers didn't have anything in their house. And so we had to prepare my father, who doesn't have a smartphone, to go into the store to get protein shakes. And it was, oh my God, it was a little stressful. So yes, maybe you should have prepared a lot. But anyways, continue, Mom.
Yeah. Sarah, I think you were the one that was stressed. It wasn't us. Yeah, we were fine. You're the one that had to get over it. Yeah, it's like,
I know, but like, I guess we just had two different perspectives, but it's nice to hear that you say that you wish you had been a little bit more prepared. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Did they tell you why you didn't have to have a pre-op surgery? I mean, a pre-op diet?
No, it just wasn't part of it. I mean, they suggested doing things like not drinking while you're eating and things like that. But there was no strict diet at all. The only time they said they might put you on some form of liquid diet was if you hadn't lost, I think they wanted you to lose like 5% of your weight prior to surgery. It's like, so they never restricted anything basically.
Cool.
Well, you're a lucky one. So you were almost 3 weeks post-op. I'm sorry, Ellie, if I'm interrupting you. So what is your diet right now?
Right now I'm in stage 2. I just, sipping water. I called my doctors actually today. This is probably TMI, but I think I have a UTI, and so I have to do cranberry juice 50-50, and hopefully that'll clear things up so I don't have to go to my PCP. But, so I'm drinking cranberry juice diluted today. Let's see, for breakfast, usually I have a whole 2 ounces of applesauce, or I have a hard-boiled egg mashed up with light mayonnaise. I've mixed up like chicken, low-fat chicken in a can with the low-fat or light mayonnaise, and I've separated that into the little containers so I know what ones are 2 ounces and what ones are 3 ounces, and that really helps so that when it's time to have something to eat, I've got them set up in the fridge and they're good to go.
So are you having any your diet is obviously different from before surgery. Do you think that you're having any any feelings about food, like missing being able to have food other than just like the taste and the texture, but just like I know a lot of people who've had weight loss surgery have an overeating disorder. I would say I probably had an overeating disorder. Do you think you're having any feelings about like realizing how you use food before surgery?
I think I'm trying to adapt well. I think I'm doing pretty good. My wonderful husband made homemade spaghetti sauce and meatballs tonight. And so I had about a meatball and a half with a tiny bit of sauce. And I even chopped up just a couple of noodles with it. And I was good to go. You definitely know when it's time to stop. You can tell it's, you're over quota.
Have you taken a bite too many?
And
it's like
I did that. And it's like, that was like the first time I almost felt like, it was very, very, very uncomfortable. I think I had chicken salad maybe, and then I'm like, well, that was really good. I had that for dinner, so I thought I'd have some later on at night. Oh no, we don't do that anymore. It's like I was laying in bed, I was so uncomfortable. It's like, oh my gosh. So finally it came out with a wash and all was good.
Do you have the foamies yet?
The what?
Oh, get ready.
I've never had the foamies.
Really?
No.
Damn. I still get them.
The foamies?
The foamies are this phenomenon that happen. Apparently, I didn't know about this, but apparently, if you eat, it's usually the culprits of egg or chicken. What ends up happening is if you eat it and it's, I guess, too dry or something of that nature, your body reacts to having it, so you end up like having a bunch of foam that you have to throw up essentially, because it's like the saliva of your throat doesn't have anywhere to go, so you end up just throwing up foam.
Mom, on
it's
Game
gross.
of Thrones,
I gotta tell you, that's not gonna happen to me. I'll make sure that shit's moist.
It's like on Game of Thrones where when that person is poisoned,
Mm-hmm.
and then the foam happens. Right?
Woo.
I've never had the foamy, so I'm guessing that's kind of what it's like.
Yeah. Sounds like fun for you, but I'm not going to let that happen to me. Forewarned, forearmed.
We'll see.
Okay.
Going through Sarah's surgery and like seeing her like this whole progress that she's made with herself, like was that influential in your doing your surgery, or was it hard for you to watch her go through what she's going through now? If that makes sense.
When she was in the hospital post-op or currently?
Well, I mean, she's crazy now, so I would say currently as well.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
I would say I have some pretty awesome
I'm
pictures.
standing right here.
Some pretty awesome pictures of Sarah in the hospital. So, and she's got some of me as well for blackmail, but but actually, if anything, Sarah has, I don't mean to get gushy, but Sarah has always impressed me. She's always been a beautiful person, inside and out. Unfortunately, society is very critical. Some people don't want to or try to take the time to get to know a person. They just judge the book by the cover, and that is their loss. But Sarah has always been a very strong person. She has just impressed me in her strength going forward and staying with this and losing the weight, and she looks amazing outside, but we always knew she was beautiful before anyway. So if anything, she's just continues to impress me as she goes forward with her change in life, I guess. The way she has changed her life around for the better.
I'll pay you $10 later.
Liar.
Oh my God, I want to cry.
You said it was.
I know. I'm like, who's she talking about?
I'm like, oh my God, please be my mom.
Oh, that's cool. I have an adopted daughter in Seattle too. So.
Oh yeah, shout out to Glow Up with Holly.
Oh my God.
We sent her cheese, and now it's a long story, but basically Holly is my mom's adoptive daughter, and it's like a whole thing.
Wait, is it the cheese that you guys make on your farm?
We don't make cheese on our farm.
Oh, sorry.
My dad works at a cheese factory, so he gets discounted cheese. I'm sure my mom will want to brag more about it. My husband
well, the cheese plant, the Adams Reserve cheddar that comes out of the cheese plant that my husband works at has not won just the best cheddar in the United States. It has won world competitions.
Whoa.
So basically,
that being said, I don't like cheese.
Me neither. I don't mind like mozzarella and like provolone, but like cheddar cheese, like nah, fam.
Damn, must have tainted you guys forever.
It's not even that. Like it's like just a little too bitter for me.
What?
Maybe I just didn't get the cheese gene, you know?
Yeah, she didn't get that from me.
I did get that from you because you also don't like cheese.
You didn't get it from me.
Oh. Whoa. It's like Inception. Cheeseception.
Oh my God.
So a lot of people who go through a weight loss journey, surgery journey, well, I guess I don't think there's like a traditional age to have weight loss surgery, but I would say it may be less common for people who are older to have weight loss surgery. And I know
prefer the term more mature.
More mature. So, and I know that you were born in 85. You had me when you were 3. But do you want to talk a little bit about, like, did you have any apprehensions in relation to being the spry young duck that you are and to having weight loss surgery?
Mm-hmm. We always have to bring it around to farm animals, don't we, Sarah? I think more than anything, probably it was more encouraging or important for me to do it at this point in time in my life. Being overweight, even just losing a little weight, my knee doesn't hurt like it used to. I'm sure that's going to get better as time goes on. I want to be able to see. I'm the fun grandma. Some grandmas stand inside their house, watch the snow come down, and watch the grandkids make the snowmen outside from inside, watching out the window. I'm the grandma that wants to have her ass out in the snow, making the snowmen and having snowball fights. And, I want to get right down and play with my grandkids and have fun, roll down the hill at my son's house with my grandkids. And, just, I want to be able to do those things, and I haven't been able to. So that's motivation for me.
You know what's beautiful? That both of you had the same objective of hanging out with your nieces and nephews and your grandchildren. Like,
oh shit,
that was both of your. If people recall in Sarah's episode, she says that's why she wanted to have her surgery, was to hang out with her niece and nephew outside.
Yeah, she kept telling Max that she wanted to drink. I'm going to drink lots of water and it'll make me run faster. And Max, I think he told me that I wasn't supposed to drink water because he doesn't want me to run as fast as Sarah.
Yeah. So my little nephew Max, we spend a lot of time together because he lives right down the road from my parents' house. And before surgery, I was like, how do I explain this to my little nephew and my nieces and stuff? And basically it came down to, I told them that I was having a surgery that would help me run faster. And for Max, Max loves to Max just wants to race everywhere, who's going to get there first and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to explain it to him. It's so I can run faster. And then was it this spring? I ended up racing him, and I won. And he was like, what the hell just happened? So then it became going from running faster. I was like, I'm running faster because I'm drinking more water. So now sometimes I'm like, you better not drink water. And he's like, oh, I've been drinking so much water.
Oh.
So that's what we told him about my mom having surgery too. Grandma's having surgery so she can run faster.
Oh no. So he's like, great. I got two competitors now.
I know.
Yeah.
But that's cute. You guys want to spend more time with them.
Absolutely. It's all about family.
Yeah. I think they should be, when they get older and they realize what surgery you guys had, they'll be very happy that you guys did that. Because I'm sure the memories now will be crazy.
Yeah. And a lot, our niece, my mom's grandkids, my nieces and nephews, most of them are young enough that they're not going to remember a whole lot. So if my mom ends up losing some weight, they're going to remember her as an active grandmother down in the dirt in the snow and stuff.
Well, that's the way it should be.
Yeah. So something else I wanted to, so you're married, you're taken. Mom?
I was taken a long time ago.
So do you want to tell us, do you think that, by who? Do you think your do you want to talk about your weight loss surgery as it has related? Do you think it has had any impact on your relationship with the milkman?
With the milkman.
The milkman is my father.
He used to be a dairy farmer. Ha 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 ha. I would say that he's just more concerned. He wants to make sure that I do well and I succeed. Very supportive. It's only being able to lift up to 10 pounds for 6 weeks kind of sucks. I can't even pick up my grandkids. My youngest grandson is 14 months. Yeah, that makes it tough. But, I think it's just making sure you have supportive people around you and people willing to help out. My youngest daughter, her 23rd birthday was a day after I had surgery. And she came down on her birthday to see me in the hospital. And it's just, she took me to my post-op appointment because I wasn't allowed to drive until after that. And, just the love and support of people, knowing you have that means a lot and helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I dropped the mic again. Sorry.
But do you think that dad is going to, like, let's say you lose another, I don't know, 50 pounds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you think that dad is going to, have struggle? Like, do you think he's going to have any issues with you, living in this different body, or like having a different lifestyle? Or I can't imagine him being that concerned about it. But what's your perspective? Because you're the person married to him.
Well, your father loves me thick or thin. We've been married 36 years, and it doesn't matter. We're together for the long haul, and he really, doesn't care. The only thing he's afraid I'm going to lose hair. He loves my long hair, and but yeah, it doesn't. I look at him as if he's still the same, 20-something-year-old when we got married, and we still hold hands when we go everywhere. Nothing's going to change. The only thing that might change is, they say, rumor has it via Sara, that when you lose weight, more people pay attention to you. And I'm not sure, but possibly there may, if that truly happens, some jealousy might come out. Not that he needs to be, but
Well, do you think that it's just weird because you're my parents, but do you think the thing is, I don't know what to say. Ellie, do you have any questions for my mother? Do you think that's something that you to me, I think a little bit of jealousy is not an overwhelming amount of jealousy, but for him to be a little jealous, or to see you have this new attention to you, might be a touch of a good thing to me anyways.
Oh yeah, I guess so. You should realize.
In some ways that might almost feel good for you to be yeah, I still got it, and then go home to.
Oh, what the hell you talking about, Sara? I never lost it.
Oh,
that's true.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Just because you're thick doesn't mean you're dead, and it just, I still feel like a young kid at heart, and I don't know.
That's the most quotable thing I think that has been said on this entire podcast. Just because you're thick doesn't mean you're dead.
Oh, that's so great.
Have you always been overweight your whole life, or was that something that happened after your 5 kids? Or
no. Yeah, it was all Sarah's fault. Oh, you laugh. She was my biggest. My smallest was 8'8".
How big was Sara then?
11 pounds, 2 ounces.
Seriously.
My God.
Yep. Yeah. And most people say, "Ow."
Yo.
It's anyway.
And okay, so she had 5 kids. After, if you guys haven't followed her or didn't follow me during her process, she was saying in the hospital during gas pain, she's like, "I would rather pop out every one of you kids than go through this again." I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. Do you think that's still true for you, Mom?
Oh yeah.
What?
See, giving birth was easy for me. Childbirth was easy for me. Yeah. And I never had any pain meds or anything. It's
she's just a crazy
so
bitch.
You're like a super woman is basically what you're telling me.
Damn straight.
Oh, so you were talking about have you been a little, or have you been big your whole life, or?
I was a chunker when I was a kid, when I was little. Yeah. And then I thought I was, when I got married 36 years ago, I thought I was so fat. I weighed 135 pounds. That was horrible. I felt fat. And now I could go back and kick myself time and time again, thinking how stupid a young girl I was. Then, it's like every time I'd have a child, I'd gain a little more weight, and it wouldn't come off and stuff. And then it just seemed like as probably after 20, probably around between Hannah and Leah, maybe, or after Leah, I just wasn't able to. And I tried so many different things. I tried Slim Fast, and I tried, just so many different weight loss options, and tried different things, and nothing seemed to work. It just wasn't a permanent fix. So for me, this is, the last straw. So this is the permanent fix that's gonna correct all the things I need corrected. I want to get off medicine and different medicines that I'm on for different things, and well, it's done now, so I can't change it.
Yeah. Do you have any goals for yourself for this coming year?
I was thinking that it would be totally awesome if my 1 year post-op or close to it, I was hoping that maybe I would be well enough and fit enough so that my daughter and I could do a 5K. I think that would be phenomenal.
Which daughter?
You silly girl.
Oh, you're saying Leah and Hannah wouldn't run a 5K with you? Actually, they won't, because they're lazy bitches. Oh, yeah. I'm down for it, girl.
Can your mom,
would
you like to join the Olympics for Food and Wine Festival in Disney?
Oh my God. We're going to run
what?
The Olympics. The Olympics, but Olympics. Basically, there's a food and wine festival in Walt Disney World. And at the end, you can eat all the food.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 5K, and then you eat food.
Yeah. All 2 tablespoons? Yeah, right.
Well, we'll have to plan for that, Mom.
And I could have a syringe of wine. That's not fun.
Maybe 2.
Oh.
No, we'll have to plan for that. If that's what you want to do, I'm down for it, girl. But don't tell me and then say you don't want to, because I'm gonna be training for it.
Well, you've had a lot more time to train, so I just think it would be, in the future, it would be awesome to be able, even a very slow pace, run and walk or whatever, a 5K.
Yeah, in our last episode, or in the beginning of the year episode, we talked about there's a program called Couch to 5K, and it's exactly that, teaching you how to train from sitting on your couch and never running to running a 5K.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's something to consider.
Okay, I will.
Are you going to start working out and all that stuff now?
I can't for a little bit longer. I can ride my bike in the house. It's so I can start doing that and stuff. I want to try some home remedies for tightening skin. They say that, what is it? You can soak, I think, in Epsom salt, or there's different things that I saw online to try and help tighten skin. I guess probably that is my biggest fear. I don't want elephant legs where they have all the wrinkles hanging around your ankles and stuff. That just doesn't sound very becoming. So,
I mean, you might. What about giraffe legs or something?
You're smart ass.
Or hippo legs. No, but
not an option.
I think it's a normal fear to have about having loose skin, but I think most people, even with loose skin, would say that they would take loose skin over having their skin full of fat.
This is true, but why can't we have both? I'm going for both.
Is there throughout your, I mean, I know you're 3 weeks out, so you're still fairly new to this, but is there anything that you've gone through that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe Sarah went through this and didn't like say anything about it, or like I wouldn't have known what she's going through, and I probably would have like brushed it off, like a certain complaint or anything like that?
I will tell you that probably one of the biggest pains in the ass in the hospital was them. They have the techs that come. They have the nurses that come. Why can't they coordinate those two people to come at the same time so you get a little reprieve in between? And then they have the damn machines that beep, 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 and they can't get them to stop, and they don't come to stop them. And I guess the frustration with some of the things in the hospital was the biggest thing for me. They almost didn't let me come home because the previous nurses were just pausing the IV fluids when they'd have to take blood out of my right arm. My IV was in my hand. And then the third time they had to take blood because my hemoglobin was low. The third time they came to take it, the girl, I said, well, they just pause it. She goes, well, we have to wait a little while. And I'm like, they never do any other time. They've done it. And she's like, well, you have to let it pause. Otherwise, you're, there's the, what do you call it? The solution is diluting your blood. So it's not going to be an accurate reading. It's like, what the heck? Why didn't the others, catch up on or pick up on that? I don't know. Just some things. And big heads up to people out there. My biggest advice, make sure they do not, and this, you guys are going to crack up, but I am so serious. Don't put the IV in your wiping hand. It's awful.
Oh. So that's some advice.
I'm serious.
It makes sense.
It's like you always wipe with the same hand. It's like when you can't, it's awful.
Unless anyone out there is ambidextrous. Wipes. Did you anticipate the gas pains? Because that was something you bitched about for the first 24 hours.
Oh my goodness. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. There was one time when the gas got up into my shoulders and the nurse was right there and I was trying to lay back down into bed and I was holding her hand and she was letting me slowly go back. My shoulders hit the bed and I started to freak out. Get me up! I can't stand that. It was the worst pain I think I've ever been in. Horrible.
Mm-hmm. So do you have any advice for people who are who might have like gas pain and stuff?
I guess maybe get up and walk more. Is that what you're going for, Sarah?
No, I'm just asking you for your personal advice.
Just lay there and take it. No, I'm just kidding. Suck it up, sister. No, probably, they say get up and walk. And then you have to take those damn boot things that squeeze your legs off and, unplug them and, take off. But yeah, I guess I would definitely be more up to walking. Not that you didn't get up and walk to the bathroom a half a zillion times a day. But yeah, walking.
What I kept telling my mom is like, it's gonna suck. Like it's gonna suck to lay there and have gas pain, and it's gonna suck to walk and have gas pain. So like, walk and have gas pain because that's what's gonna make it better.
Yeah, walking was like such a relief when I had all that pain, like especially by my collarbone.
Yeah. See, I was lucky and I didn't have any gas pain. Like I don't like the way my mom was apparently having gas pain. Like I didn't have any gas pain. I just got up and walked because that's what everyone tells you to do. But I don't think I had really any gas pain. I tried not to say that too often because I don't want like people like my mom to hate me and be like, that little bitch. But really, I don't think I did have any gas pain.
No, but you threw up a lot.
Oh, yeah. I woke up throwing up like the entire time I was in the hospital and feeling really, really nauseous. But no gas pain, so.
Yeah. I had a little bit of gas pain. Sorry.
I think I'd take the throwing up over the gas pain.
Yeah, based on how my mom was reacting, I'm glad I had nausea and throwing up. What about you, Ellie?
I had very little gas pain. It was mostly by my collarbone for some reason. But what I felt was the most painful hunger pain ever. And I think that was it. Hunger. Oh, but I was just nauseous the whole time. So they had me on like a nausea medication. So I was just knocked out half the time.
Yeah, I had nausea medication and stuff. But yeah, the only time they prescribed me some, like, is it oxybutynin? And I tried to take that here at the house when I got home on that Friday. And I tried to take a nausea pill and they both came up and I'm like, nope, I'll suck it up and take Tylenol. And I took Tylenol maybe 2 days and that was it.
Yeah, the Advil was more than enough. Like, there's people that are prescribed like the really hardcore pain stuff, and I'm just like, I didn't really need that. I didn't even really need it for my teeth. Well, no, I did need it for my teeth, for the wisdom teeth.
Oh,
I'm like, what the hell? What the hell kind of surgery did you have?
She has a collection of teeth in her uterus.
Oh, my wisdom teeth.
You have teeth in your stomach. Okay.
It was my the twin that never happened. I ate it in the womb.
Was so hungry.
That was what cured the hunger pains. Oh, geez. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. So far, I'm getting to the point, I think, where it's not bothering me as much to not have certain things. It's like my husband, he makes scalloped potatoes and ham, and he makes this and that. Well, I got to tell you, I know my clear diet, the first week or whatever, was maybe some of it wasn't quite so clear. I'm thinking I probably shouldn't. There might have been a few things I shouldn't have had, but I pureed the shit out of stuff so that I could eat something that had flavor.
Do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about you drinking the ham juice on Christmas?
Okay,
Christmas. Just taking spoonfuls of the, what are they, ham drippings or something from the pan and just like hovering over cheese. I'm like, no. This is what you've become.
Sarah, Christmas morning, you forget. My husband goes to walk by me with his plate of food and there's bacon on it. And I said, Glenn, give me a piece of that bacon. And so he handed me a piece of bacon and I sucked the shit out of that piece of bacon. And as soon as I had all the flavor out of it, I spit it in a paper towel. And I don't care what anybody said. I needed that. That was for me. That was my Christmas present to myself.
Oh man!
And I do it all over again.
Sucking on the bacon, but then like for lunch, like seeing her like taking the spoonful.
Well, they said I could have clear liquids, and the drippings in the pan was clear.
Oh my god!
You do what you got to do, okay?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
you know, I mean, I've pureed soup. I've pureed the crap out of soup. Different kinds of soup. They said only clear broth. Well, I got to tell you, chicken broth and beef broth is probably, clear broth is the nastiest shit you can imagine.
It's horrible.
With absolutely no flavor. So I'm like, You can have like applesauce consistency. Well, let's put this shit in a little blender. So we went and got chicken noodle soup and pureed the shit out of that. Had a couple tablespoons of that or a couple ounces of that. Yeah. At least it had flavor.
Yeah. I think the thing is like when you're post-op and you're just like so sick of the same flavor, like the same protein shake or whatever, like you do what you got to do to stay sane. And like sometimes that's chewing on something and spitting it out or like sucking on a piece of bacon.
Amen.
Ellie's like, no, I did everything perfectly.
No, I didn't.
So 3 out of 3 weight loss surgery patients did not do it perfectly, and we're basically in my life. So
like
fuck off.
My sister, after it was like during Thanksgiving time, first of all I would cry, and I think I made my parents' lives a living hell in the house because I would just cry and be really angry because like the day I got home from surgery I was like super hungry, and then they ordered Domino's. And I just stared at them like with the most hatred I've ever felt in my life because at this point I was like in the heightened food, like what is it called when you're not on food anymore? Addiction. What's withdrawal? I was like on food withdrawal, so I was just staring at them eating the pizza, and
you can smell it, and
yeah.
you know you're salivating because you know how damn good that shit is, and you can't have any of it.
Yeah, and I was sitting there
I'll
drinking
go kill
my broth
your parents now for you.
Like I can smell Domino's right now, and it's not even here. You know what I mean? Like oh
my god! And they got like everything I wanted. I was just like, just staring at them. It was mainly for my niece and nephew that were there, but I was just like, why would you guys? Why? Just
like, why are you doing this to me?
So I went into my room and slept. But I remember like my sister came down 10 days later for Thanksgiving because we had the same week, right? Basically, Sarah.
The 14th of November. You had the
10th.
First week. Okay,
yeah. So, my sister came down from Tennessee with like the greatest donuts ever. And I sat there like 10 days in and I was just like, I can't do yogurt no more. I can't. So I just went ahead and I like bit off a little piece of that donut. I thought I was going to die. I was like, this is it.
But it was it like
Ellie,
the most delicious?
It's okay. Mama do not care.
Right on brand. Yeah. I think the thing is like when you're going through the first few weeks post-op, like you should follow what your surgeon is instructing you to do, but like, you know, you also need to like stay sane, and like sucking on a piece of bacon or like chewing on a piece of donut, like you do what you gotta do.
Well, I got flavor. It satisfied my, me for a few seconds. It's like, I didn't eat the bacon. I spit it out in a paper towel and brought it home to my puppies. They were happy. I was happy. It was all good.
You're bringing home the bacon.
Sure.
The chewed bacon.
Bacon.
No, I didn't chew it. I just sucked the flavor out of it. I mean, I switched it around. I broke it in half, so I was getting every little ounce of flavor out of that piece of bacon. I mean to tell you.
Oh.
I know, I'm funny. I'm the family WA. Family wise ass.
Were you going to say something, Ellie?
Yeah, just like to sort of maybe like, because you're a mom and you went through, Sarah having the surgery and stuff. Is there anything that you would tell a parent that's probably going through a similar situation, watching their kid get this like kind of crazy surgery, removing organs from their body? Is there anything that you would tell them, like some advice for them?
First, it's only parts of organs. You still have some of it left. And I guess making sure you're supportive and empathetic to what they're trying to, or maybe sympathize with what they're going through and try to, I don't know, see, I guess, see how you can best assist them. What do they need? What do they want? I guess making meals, is there things that can be done to adapt so that you can both kind of share the same meals? I had Glenn get haddock, so we're gonna make some haddock, and he'll get a big huge chunk, and I'll get a couple ounces, and that's good. It'll be flavorful, and we both get to sit and eat. Yeah, I don't find, I'll tell you, as far as like the coffee and stuff, I'm not into coffee as much anymore now that I can't have my amaretto creamer. So I've been doing tea with like the Splenda stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They told me I was thinking honey would be good in tea because it's natural. And they said, no, you probably shouldn't. So,
Yeah.
but tea is one of the best ways I've found to get. It's been hard for me to get in protein and the protein shakes and the all the water that I'm supposed to be drinking and everything. It's been really hard.
Yeah.
So I do the best I can, and I don't know. Must be working. I'm still walking, talking, and taking nourishment at least 2 ounces a day.
I mean, it's all about taking your time, because your body has to be able to accept it too. Like, don't push yourself if you can't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
For sure.
like, just speaking to how to be a supportive parent, and like you talking about, like, I think one thing after surgery that was hard for me was like not being able to like sit down and have a meal like at the same time as my family, or like having, part of it was like, it sucked because like you couldn't have the same things, but like you said, I think being supportive in that way and finding things that they can eat that are like similar to what you're eating is like a huge way to be a support to like someone who's going through it.
Yeah, for sure.
So now that you're on the other side, you're on the dark side. What
I always wanted to be here.
What would you say? Like, what advice would you give to someone who may have been like, who's like you, who's a young spry chicken and is like about to have surgery or whatever? Like, what advice would you give to yourself 4 weeks ago?
I guess I would cross every T, dot every I. I would, I guess, try to embrace it as much as you can. You can. Fear is a natural thing for anybody at any age, and that's normal. But don't let fear stop you from living the rest of your life a better, healthier, thinner than thicker life.
Wow, that was also really quotable.
Yup. You're just full of good quotes, man.
Hey,
Mom, as you always have told me, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Yes. And the final quote from me for this thick to thin broadcast is going through surgery, you're young, you'll get over it. No matter what age you are, you're young and you will get over it. 3 weeks out, I can't, it's, even 2 weeks out, a huge difference from the first, 3-4 days or whatever. It gets better. They say just like giving childbirth, they say you'll forget the pain. Bullshit. You don't forget that kind of pain. But it gets better. And, life goes on, and you'll have a healthier, more fit life for yourself and to share with your family.
Wow.
Well said.
So if you had to go back, is it something that you would do again?
Yes, not right off though.
Not what?
Not right off though. I'd have to give it some time, but yeah.
You need some time to forget the pain.
It's a little still fresh on my mind. But yes, I would do it again.
Well, that's I think that's a great way for us to wrap up here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Mom, for joining us tonight.
AKA Marla, AKA MamaDonutCare.
Yeah, you can follow her. She's plugging her Instagram. Her Instagram is MamaDonutCare.
I like donut care because
yeah, donuts.
It's a way to have donuts without eating them. I get a donut.
Another great quote. Anyways, thank you so much, Mom, for joining us on the Thick Thoughts podcast. You are officially the thickest of thoughts.
Thank you.
I'm losing, so I'm getting thinner than thick.
But you're still a thick thought on the inside where it counts.
Oh no, I'm doing thin thoughts on thick thoughts on the thick thoughts on the outside, thin thoughts on the inside.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. If you are new here, you make sure you rate and review our podcast. We're Thick Thoughts everywhere podcasts are found. Spotify. What else, Ellie?
Spotify, iTunes, Overcast, YouTube. Basically anywhere where a podcast is found, you can find us.
Yes.
We also have a Patreon, which is patreon.com/thickthoughts. And you can subscribe to us every month, and you get an extra episode every month and a bunch of other really cool things and incentives. And
if you don't want to give us a recurring subscription type thing, you can always caffeinate us by getting us a coffee. And the description, the link for that will be in the description. But just listening and rating and reviewing is the best way to support us. So we thank you all so much.
Well, thank you for having me, ladies.
Well, thank you for coming. You're like my favorite guest. Sorry, every other guest.
You're my favorite guest who's been my mom.
Oh, you're such a suck-up, ladies.
Mom, you're the only guest who's been my mom. But you're also my favorite. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening. And thank you, MamaDonutCare, for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Bye.
You too. Bye.